that, Hettie? We got it for you.
Well, bully for you, Miss Clever Dick. What took you so long then, eh?
'Cause there aren't any bloody doves in London. That's what. We got one eventually, though. There's a pub in Southall with a little birdhouse round the back. We gave it the rum raisins, like you said. I think it's still pissed. This better not be a wind-up, Hettie.
You'll get your money just as soon as I've got the birdie.
What do you want it for, anyway? You're gonna eat it or something?
Wash your mouth out with soap. I'm a hurry specs, I am.
Very specs? What's that?
Hello, my little darling. Right, what was it I said then? 5 quid? Here you go.
Only 5 quid? We spent a whole day looking for your effing bird.
Shut your face, Dana. You were happy to take a finny when we done the deal. I don't know, I remember when you could live for a year on 5 sovereigns.
What's a sovereign when it's at home?
You know the trouble with you girls. No blessed sense of history, that's what. Right, now, bugger off.
Hang on. We were thinking.
That must have been a new experience for you 3.
We were thinking. If you got a fiver in that bag, well, maybe you got more than a fiver there. It was me thought of it. I was watching this old film on telly, and this old tramp, he had like pots of money in his backpack. Loads of money. So we were thinking, maybe we'd take a look and see what we could see.
You leave me alone. I've got my dove, you've got your fiver. We're square. Don't you go looking for trouble.
Just an old street loony. Who's gonna miss you?
You leave me alone.
Just shut up and give me the bag.
Put that away, Joy Barlow. If you 3 don't learn some manners and apologise, I'm taking me fiver back.
Yeah? How you gonna do that?
Well, first of all, I'd pick up a twig. Like this. Then, I'd break it. Like this.
Shit! Me leg. The bitch broke me effing leg.
Then I'd draw a little line on the pavement with my foot. Like this. And you just stare at it. And then I'd take the money back, 'cause it's ungrateful to harass an old lady, that's what it is. That's right, you scarper Prudence Mockford. I've got your number all right. Little cow.
You're a witch. That's what you are. An effing witch.
I'm not a bleeding witch. But you don't get to your 250th birthday without learning a thing or two, little Miss Cleverboots. Come on, Chirpy Chirpy. Let's see a little future then, eh? That's the way to do it. It's like that, is it? Well, well, well. She had to come back sooner or later. And I'm not gonna miss her this time, am I, Birdie?
My name is Sexton Furnival, but I'm pretty much used to it by now. And this is the last thing I'm ever going to write. And this is because there's no point to anything. And I've thought about this hard and long. Like, okay, I figure I'm mature. I know my own mind. I'm 16. Almost 16 and a half. And what have I got to show for it? For a start, I don't have anybody I'm in love with. And to be honest, I think love, the concept of love, is total nonsense. I don't think anyone ever loves anyone. I think the best people ever get is horny. Horny and scared. So when they find someone who makes them horny, and they get too scared of the world outside, they stay together, and they call it love. Second, I don't even have anyone I hate. I mean, I know a hell of a lot of jerks, but that's all they are. jerks. There's no one I know who's evil. I mean, in books and movies, you get the bad guy. You know immediately who the bad guy is because, well, he's bad. And you got the good guy, and it doesn't matter what he goes through. He knows who the bad guy is. And I don't even have a faithful sidekick. Well, you may not think this is very interesting, or a reason to end it all, or anything, but you're wrong. Well, maybe not wrong about it not being interesting, but you're wrong about it not being a good reason for checking out early. I mean, there's no point to anything, and if there's no point, you might as well be dead. It's not as if anybody's going to care. Look, Sylvia, when you read this, I'm really not saying that you've been a bad mother, but I'm not saying that you've been a particularly good one. Let's leave it at that. And look, don't blame it all on Steve either. He's not been much of a father. I mean, he's still a jerk, but I expect that just goes with being a lawyer. Last time I saw him, he told me this joke. What's the difference between a lawyer and a herring? I don't know, Dad. One's wet and slimy, and it stinks. And the other one's a herring. Yeah, no, I didn't laugh either. Steve is actually pretty slimy. I mean, he's a Hollywood showbiz lawyer, and he's got a girlfriend who's about my age, and he's rich. And actually, now that I come to think of it, my father is the best argument against material success I know. Another good reason to forget about living. Sylvia always tells me she put him through law school. He was going to be the hippie lawyer. I suppose I should give thanks for small mercies. I read somewhere that suicide notes are a cry for help. Well, not this one. This one's a statement of belief. Or of disbelief. Because there's nothing in the way of adult nonsense that I do believe. Which is another thing I'm different from my mother on. Because she believes in everything. I mean, it changes every week. But I figure by now she must have believed in everything at least once.
Sexton! Everything okay?
Hi, Mom. Shouldn't you be at the restaurant today?
Nope. I gave myself a day off. We made Marlin permanent chef yesterday, so I figured it'd be good to stay out of the way for a day. What are you doing?
Homework.
You want anything? A Coke or anything?
Nope. That's the other thing. I don't want anything. So I might as well be dead, right?
You really ought to talk to them. Everybody knows that plants like to be talked to.
Sylvia, what plants like is water. I remember when I was a kid, you'd buy plants every month. 3 weeks later, I'd walk around, everything would be brown and dead, and I'd go around and throw everything out. Then the next week, you'd buy new plants and start again.
I'm sure it wasn't like that, darling. Plants are our little green sisters.
Sylvia, I used to have to even water your dope plants, for goodness sakes.
I've been thinking, don't you think it's time for a really good spring cleaning?
It's the middle of July, Sylvia.
Spring cleaning. I mean, just look at this apartment. It stinks.
Oh, no.
I think maybe you should go out for the rest of the afternoon. I'm in Earth Mother mode. These little fingers itch to create, like the mole at the beginning of Wind in the Willows.
Hold on. I gotta save this first. Hi, Billy. No, she's house cleaning. I'm out of here. I'll be back late tonight, I suppose.
I'm sorry, is Billy bothering you?
No, Mrs. Ling, it's fine.
I tell him not to sit out here in the corridor. It's just he gets bored sometimes.
Yeah, I know how he feels. See you, Mrs. Ling. Bye, Billy. Help! Help! Help!
Hello? Hello? Is there someone down there?
Yeah! Under here! I can't move!
Oh, well, hold on. I'll get someone.
Don't get someone! Get me out of here!
Hang on. I'm coming down. I can see the problem. There's a refrigerator on your legs.
Can you move it?
I don't know. Can you still breathe?
Yeah, sort of.
Dumb place to go exploring.
Who asked your opinion?
Oh, gee. I didn't realize I wasn't wanted. Well, nice meeting you. Have fun under there.
No, hey, come back. Look, I'm sorry, okay? Yes, it was a dumb thing to do, okay? Are you still there? Hello?
Hello again. Okay, I'm going to see if I can push the fridge off you. Breathe in. Don't move. Oof. Okay. Can you get up?
Yeah, I think so.
There.
Phew. Thanks. Oh, great. Just what I needed. Jeez. I ripped my jeans.
You mean one more rip makes a difference? Well, if you want to go climbing around on garbage dumps, maybe you ought to dress for it.
Thanks for the advice.
Hey, you're bleeding.
So?
You should probably get a tetanus shot or something. But what the hell? I suppose you'd better come on back to my place.
Huh? Hold on a second.
I only live a couple minutes walk away. I can get you antiseptic and band-aided. I may even fix your jeans for you. After that, you're on your own. Come on.
Huh? So, what were you doing on the garbage dump then?
Breathing.
Breathing?
Uh-huh. Breathing. You?
I was thinking.
Anything in particular?
Just that I don't want to live in the same world as the World Wrestling Federation and the Home Shopping Network.
Cute. Down this way. Hi, Mrs. Robbins. Can I take a couple of apples?
You think I'm in this business for my health, huh? Yeah, go on. Hey, Dee Dee, there's a package for you out back. I signed for it. If you want to go get it, it's on the table. You got a name, boy? I'm Amelia Robbins, but you can call me Mrs. Robbins.
Sexton.
What?
Sexton.
Nothing wrong with that name. How long you known Dee Dee?
About 10 minutes. She found me in a garbage heap.
Well, you be good to her. She's been through a lot lately. Her whole family's passed away last month. She didn't tell you about that. Some guy went up onto the sidewalk, plowed into the crowd, killed Dee Dee's mom and her pop and her little sister. And some guy selling cheap wristwatches from a suitcase. She's still living up there, but...
Got it. Thanks for letting them leave it here, Mrs. Robbins.
Listen, girl, That woman from the social services was round again today. I told her you were staying with a relative, but they're gonna be back.
Yeah. Well, you're one of the good guys, Mrs. Robbins. Thanks.
You go on now. I gotta start taking the stuff in for the night.
You want a hand?
Nope. Managed fine by myself for 10 years. Sure did. Good meeting you, Sexton.
What?
I said, don't apples taste great? I mean, the way they taste, and the texture, and the way when you chew them they kind of crunch and the juice runs out in your mouth. Isn't it amazing?
They're just apples. Nothing amazing about that.
Nope. It's definitely amazing. Ta-da! Welcome to the palace. Though it's tight enough in here for one, I hate to think what it must have been like with 4 people living here. Okay, whatever your name is. Get your jeans off.
Hold on. Well, this is, if you're, thinking of,
It's not that you're entirely uncute, but I hardly know you. You can pass me out the jeans from the bathroom. Antiseptic and Band-Aids are under the sink. There's a bathrobe on the back of the door. You want coffee? I'm afraid I'm out of honey.
Sure. Thanks. I'll have it plain. Thanks for the coffee and everything. I mean, this is really nice of you.
Yeah? Well, it's no harder to be nice than it is to be creepy. And it's much more fun.
How did you know I took honey in my coffee?
It was kind of obvious. There we go. I left the holes in at the knees. I figured you wanted them.
Thanks. Wow. You're really good at sewing things up. Listen. I was really sorry to hear about your family.
You know my family?
The lady downstairs, Mrs. Robbins, she told me, about the guy in the car, how he killed them. I'm really sorry. You must have felt awful.
Oh, that family. Yes, there are still some photos of them around here. They look like nice people, don't they?
They look like nice people?
Well, they do, don't they? Of course, they never actually existed. Except maybe in the most tenuous and retrospective way. But still, it's nice to think they were good people.
Right. Gee. I suppose you must do a lot of drugs then.
Not really. Have you met the goldfish? The big orange one is Slim. Little yellow one's called Wandsworth.
Look, thanks for all your help. The coffee and the antiseptic and the sewing.
No problem.
But when you said your family never existed, are you the kind of person who just says weird things suddenly in the middle of conversation in order to seem interesting? Or were you joking? Or what?
Neither. I meant they never existed.
Oh. Well, if they never existed, who are the people in the photographs?
That's just the universe's way of making me feel more comfortable. Technically, right now, I'm about 3 hours old.
Uh-huh. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe your family getting killed, stuff like that can do stuff to people? Have you thought about getting help? Maybe seeing a doctor? Or a priest? Or anyone? I think, really, you should see someone.
Oh, that's no problem, Sexton. Sooner or later, I see everyone.
Oh.
Sure. At the end, anyway.
The end of what?
Life.
Oh, give me a break. And I suppose you know what happens when you die, right?
Of course I know what happens when you die, Sexton. I do. I'm death.
I thought maybe you were kind of nice and kind of smart. But I was dead wrong. You're just as crazy as everyone else.
Well, I thought you were someone dumb enough to get stuck under a fridge on a garbage dump, and I was dead right.
Hey, Mrs. Robbins.
You leaving already, boy?
Uh-huh. Mrs. Robbins, how long have you known Dee Dee?
All her life. 16 years last, February. She's a good kid. She just may be a little mixed up right now.
Yeah, you can say that again. Well, see ya. There's this thing they have in French. L'esprit d'escalier. The spirit of the stairway. I don't think we have a word for it in English. It means, well, the clever things to say that you only think to yourself when you're on the way out. All the cool stuff you wish you'd said at the time. So I'm walking down the stairs, thinking, firstly, there's no such person as Death. Second, Death's a tall guy with a bone face, like a skeletal monk, with a scythe and an hourglass and a big white horse, and a penchant for playing chess with Scandinavians. Third, he doesn't exist either. Fourth, I'd say what you're doing is, hell, all that stuff Mom used to burble in her Freudian period, which lasted for maybe a couple of weeks. You're blocking or transubstantiating or something. Which is to say, you're nuts. Your walls do not go all the way to the ceiling. You're not playing with a full orchestra. You, madam, I would say, are a chocolate cream and a hazelnut surprise short of a full box of chocolates. And then she'd say, huh? And I'd say, do I have to spell it out for you? You're temporarily unhinged. And you want to know why? Because...
Hello, me bonny boy.
Oh, great. Another crazy. Okay. Just pretend you didn't see her. You don't make eye contact. It's okay. Look up, look away.
Oh! There we go, me bonny boy. Oh yes, neat as a new pin. Oh, my daddy's lost none of her touch, has she? Oh no. You were with her, weren't you? I can smell her touch on you.
Lady, you can smell a garbage dump on me maybe, but
You know who I mean. Dresses in black. Little gypsy doohickey thing round her neck. You know.
Dee Dee?
Whatever. Upsy daisy, dearie-o. In my experience, broken bottles is sharp as buggery. And you'd not be so bonny if you got one to the face, would you?
Lady, I don't know what your problem is, but I'm not any part of this. If you've got some fight with Dee Dee, well...
Button your lip and shut your face. Up those stairs, quick march. Only here a few hours and she's already found herself a young man. Fast mover, isn't she? You know what a myoclonic twitch is, bonny boy?
No?
Well, when you're falling asleep and your mind's wandering and you've crossed over the boundary of sleeping and waking and you're beginning to almost dream, and in the dream you take a step or move an arm, and in real life it twitches too and it wakes you back up. You ever had that?
Yes, sure.
That's a myoclonic twitch.
Lady, why are you telling me this?
2 reasons, young fella me lad. One's because I want you to know that Mad Hettie knows a lot of things. She wasn't born yesterday, oh no. She's 250 years old, she knows a thing or two. And the other reason, well, that's to do with dying. But that's neither here nor there, really, is it? Knock on the door.
Oh, come on now, lady.
You knock on that door, or the sun will be shining in places inside you that the sun doesn't usually shine.
Oh, it's you again. And it's you.
That's right, it's me.
Well, what is it, Mad Hettie? What do you want?
100 years ago I missed you. But I've had plenty of time to think since then, and I haven't missed you this time. Or missed this little laddie. Get in there, bonny boy.
Leave him out of this, Mad Hettie. What do you want from me?
I'm not leaving him out of this. He's my bargaining thing, isn't he?
Maybe. What do you want?
I hid something a long time ago, and I want you to find it for me.
Today? Mad Hettie, I'm nobody special today.
You're special enough for me.
So what do you want me to find?
I want you to find me art for me. Will you? Will you please find it? I've tried ever so hard, and I can't do it on my own. I want you to find me art.
And if I say no?
Then I cut the bunny boy's nose off. Just for starters. And I will.